we're going to use today, I was just trying to make me some lunch, and I didn't know what to have, and I just found one little chicken thigh was in the freezer, probably freezer burnt, but we're going to work with it. And I had some frozen lima beans. So I'm just going to real quick, I'm going to cook them in this apparatus here. If you don't know, it's the Instapot. And it's going to be real quick. All right, so simply we just, you put your food, these dishes are specific to the pressure cooking Instapot. You put your food right in them here. They're stackable, you'll see that in a minute. We stack them together and we put it in this harness here, and it goes directly in the Instapot. We'll show you that in a minute. Let me season my my food real quick. All right, so I didn't want to bore you with stacking this together, but basically you just stack them on top of each other. This has a hinge. Put one through the other, you hinge it over, and it's good to go. It just snaps in piece, okay? So now what we gotta do is take this and get it into the Instapot. So first you need a stand. I have one here. And you just simply put that in the bottom of the Instapot like that there. And if you know anything about pressure cooking, or if you don't, pressure cooking requires liquid. So we just pour about a cup of water in there. I might add a little bit more. It needs to be up to the top of the stand. Okay, so I've got my water, and then I just simply I'm just going to insert this here into the Instapot. And you see why you need the stand. It keeps the food tray off of the water. And just add the lid. It's a locking lid. This feature here is a vent. When you this pot does. Not only does it do pressure cooking, but it also steams, sautés, slow cooks. It pretty much does everything except deep fries, with the only thing it does not do. All right, so we're simply going to just now set the machine. When you're pressure cooking, I'm sorry, I went there because when you're pressure cooking, the release valve needs to be closed. That's what holds the pressure in, okay? Okay, so now all we have to do is just set the timer. And you can see all the different settings that this thing has. So we're just gonna go with manual. Chicken doesn't need that much time. We're gonna bring this down here to about 10 minutes. Hopefully it won't overcook my, my lima beans. Vegetables don't need that much time. 2-3 minutes at the most. And you see we set that 10 minutes, machine automatically picks up and starts the process. You'll see there it says on. When it starts to pressure cook, you will hear some hissing from the top up here. And that's the pressure building up. Once it builds up and the pressure is at the right pressure point that it needs to be to cook, then this will automatically shut itself, and the pressure will start to build on the inside, or the pressure is built on the inside, and then you'll see the timer start. So the pressure's got to build up first, then the timer will start 10 minutes. All right, I wanted to record this so that you can hear the pressure building, and you can, if you look closely, I can see it, and you probably can't see it here on this video, but there is smoke coming out of that hole there. You hear it's about to be pressured up right in a minute. All right, that right there indicates that it is done. The 10 minutes is up, and my food is pressure cooked. So yep, everything's done, and now you have to, using a pressure cooker, once the food is done, depends on what you're cooking. Sometimes you want to allow the pot to rest. When I say that, meaning the pot will stay under pressure and it will naturally release pressure, and it's going to take a minute. It's going to take about 10 minutes or so for that to happen. But in the meantime, if you did that natural release technique, the food is going to continue to be under pressure. So it's still somewhat pressure cooking. Chicken and the lima beans don't require a natural release, so I'm going to do a quick release. And basically what you do is you turn this release valve here, and the pressure will come out. What I like to do is just take a dish rag and kind of throw it over the top. It just kind of controls where steam, and sometimes you get a little liquid flying as well. This may be why folks don't like the pressure cook. They think it's dangerous, but it's really not. And the Instant Pot is a programmable, and that's hot. Ooh, it's a programmable device. I actually have a manual pressure cooker that you use on a stove top, and it works the same way, but there's no settings on here. And the only fail-safe that it has is a little small dimple on the top. If the pressure gets too much, that dimple will automatically pop off, and the pressure will be released, and you'll be saved. So let's go ahead and release the pressure here. You see what I mean? That rag just catches the steam and the water and so forth. Okay, just remove the rag, and you see there's no more hissing. As a matter of fact, when the pot is under pressure, you cannot open it. The fail-safe mechanism on it does not allow it to. It's locked. So you know that it's not under pressure anymore because I just unlocked it. And what they teach you here is when you're going after your food here after you cooked, open the pot away from you, because it's still going to be steam and liquid going to come out of here. So when I say open it away from you, that's what I mean. Keep it out of your face. And there's my two, I forget what they call these things, but they have a name to them. Okay, let's open them up and see what it looks like. Oh, and by the way, it smells good. All right, so you're going to get to see what this chicken looks like just as I see it. I haven't opened it yet. We basically just unpinch this here. I gotta be careful here because it's still a little hot. All right, and let's see here what the chicken looks like. That's a done chicken. Now, one thing pressure cooking does not do is does not brown the food. So a lot of times what I like to do is, because it has a saute feature, now this chicken was frozen. If it was fresh, I would have sauteed it first, I'd have browned it. But because it was frozen, I couldn't do that. So what I may do here is pop it in the oven real quick just to give it a little finish on it. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Also, my lima beans, they're underneath here. They're done. I can see that they're done. Excellent. Okay, that's my video. Time to eat.